All right. Hello. My name is Deshaun. I am, uh, I'm going to try to pull some JEE apps up closer to what I'm doing these days. And in order to do that, in order to kind of validate what I'm doing, I need to have a JEE container. So what I'm going to look for is Weblogic, and I'd like to run it on Docker. So I'm just going through the steps to see if I can get this a simple JEE app running on Weblogic on Docker. Shouldn't be too hard, but we'll see. Really no agenda. Other than that, I'm just kind of working. You're welcome to hang out and work along. But also, anytime, if you have any questions about anything, go ahead and ask. We're just working together. Let's see if we can move forward together too. So yeah, let's do this. I think I can close this one. Right? I think I can do that without destroying anything. And let's see. So I am going to grab this repository, gh repo clone Oracle Docker images, and then let's see if we can do something with that. I'm going to be safe. I'm going to assume that these are instructions for x86. So in order to do that, I'm going to use this JetBrains client, and I'm going to go and create a new project and see if I can find it on that other machine. So I'm using JetBrains Gateway to connect to an x86 machine that's in the closet over there, and yeah, it'll behave like I'm running locally, except I'm gonna be running on x86, so I can do x86 things. So we'll see. Let's see how it goes. We're doing it live. What could possibly go wrong? I'm thirsty. I'm still a little exhausted from the run from this morning, but yeah. My goal today, where did it go? Oh, it's over in another screen. Okay, so we can bring this guy down. We can bring this guy down, and we'll bring this over so you can see. Right? It's no good if it's on the other screen if you can't see it. It says some frameworks were detected and some Maven build scripts. I like Maven. And I believe we want to be in here in Docker Image. We're looking for Oracle Weblogic, so let's go in here and let's see what it says. Sample Docker configurations to facilitate installation configuration environment setup for DevOps. Are we DevOps? I was told that I was DevOps a couple times yesterday, and I was a little concerned. I'm DevOps, but it felt like it was a bad word. I'm a Spring Developer advocate. And my problem is I want to just get things to production. And I'm not smart. I'm not deep in a lot of things. But I do know how to glue things together. I like to find solutions. So let's do that. Let's see if we can find a solution together. So we're finding Dockers. I'm going to kind of scoot. Actually, I'm going to read this version because I think this version is a little bit easier to read. How to build and run. Sample Docker files. Building Oracle, JDK base image. You must first download Oracle Server JRE binary to the folder and build that image. Wait, what? Okay. So it's telling me to do this. Right, cd Oracle Java, Java 8, cd 8. So maybe these instructions are a little outdated. And then let's see if there's a build.sh. Oh boy. Okay, so we're gonna have to figure this out, right? So server JRE or server JDK? What would you think? It says JRE. So let's do server JRE. And let's do /build.sh. And let's see what happens. I'm following the docs. what would be the smart thing, like the nice thing to do, would be to just be like, hey, look, I already found an issue. So what I should do, what a nice person would do, is they'd go up here to Docker Images, and they would fork. Look, there's 5.4 thousand forks. Wow. Well, 5,401. So we're gonna do this, and we're gonna copy the main branch, but we're gonna fork, and we found some issues, so we're just going to update the docs what we think that they should be, and then we'll submit a PR. So if we get it to work, we'll do that. So I'm gonna now switch from where I'm at. So I'm gonna close this one because I'm no longer working in this one. Oh, it failed. So this said, let's close that. Let's just close that anyways. We're gonna try this a little bit different way. Close and stop. Okay, we're gonna go back over here. We're gonna go into my repository. This is my convention. I like to have the org. Right, these are all the orgs that I work in. So let's cd into my org where that fork is, and then let's repo clone Sean Docker Images. And this is the Oracle Docker Images, but this is the fork. So we're going to go into, no, I don't need to go into anything. I can just sit right there. And then I'm going to open up, I'm going to open up that repository again. Except not this one. Close and stop. I want to open up, through the gateway, I want to open up a new project that I haven't opened before. So let's go find it. And it was in Home, Deshaun, Fun, because that's what we're doing. We're having fun. Fun in Deshaun, and it was called Docker Images. There it is. Now let's start that IDE and connecting to that remote. All right. And we tried to build it. We tried to follow the instructions. The instructions didn't match up with what we saw. So I just said, hey, let's go ahead and update the docs. Where did it go? All right, we're connected. Let's go ahead and update the docs because what was written and what we saw was not the same. And I get it. Maintaining things is hard. Frameworks, but I have friends over at Oracle. You're a friend, right? If you're doing the same thing, I want you to have a better experience. So good question. Weblogic is a web server. Yes, Weblogic. You've never heard of it? That tells me that you're of a certain age. It's been around for a while. It was originally BEA Weblogic, and it got bought by Oracle at some point. So now it's an Oracle product, and it's middleware. It's where we land EJBs these days, Enterprise Java Beans. So if you're a Java developer, you may or may not use Enterprise Java Beans, and that might decide whether or not you know Weblogic. So, good question though. There's no bad questions. Ask your questions. Yeah, play along. So here we are. What we tried to do, we went down here to Oracle Weblogic, and then we went into this README. Actually, we were over here. And we're going to follow along. Nope, not there. We were here. And what we were told was how to build and run. We were told that we needed to do this first, build the Oracle JDK base image. And this did not exist, this Oracle 8. So let's edit that first. This is in Oracle Weblogic README. So in here, I'm just trying to fix this. Interesting. How did they? This is a markdown file. Where's my tags? How did they do that? But this is Oracle Java. I think what we wanted to do was go Oracle Java 8 server JRE. And then we did this build that I did, but it didn't work. So I'm still trying to. Yeah, I came into Java where EJB went out. Yeah, like there was definitely a time. It may or may not have had something to do with Spring. But I'm just saying, I learned it, but never used it. I get it. Released 2008. So this version might be released 2008. There's been more versions, and yeah, WebLogic. Yep, November. Yeah, of a certain age, like I said. So yeah, uh, that things have happened along the way, but it's still like it's a solid product. And there's, did you see that number? There was, yeah, there's a lot of Java still running on it. So we're just here to help. We just want to we want to upgrade it. We want to make it easier. So one thing is we can take this because there's a container image. We can run. It was typically deployed on like a VM, a virtual machine, where you had this middleware and then you deployed your WAR files into it, and you had middleware admins that were taking care of it and doing the care and feeding. Well, DevOps came along and things changed, and we realized that we can get better density in our infrastructure. But it's still a solid product. Like, you don't need to go and fix and upgrade and modify things that are still working, right? But a lot of organizations are moving from on-prem into the cloud. And if you've got WebLogic running somewhere, one of the steps you can do is you can just take those things that are running on VMs, you could containerize the middleware and deploy it into the cloud. So Oracle WebLogic is certified to run on a product that I know and love, TKG, Tanzu Kubernetes Grid. So a Kubernetes distribution where we can run Oracle WebLogic in a VM, and then we can go to the cloud and we can run it as Kubernetes, and we can do really cool orchestration and and maximize our infrastructure, make better use of it. And we can do the DevOpsy things. We can manage it and control it like modern infrastructure. So that's one option. Oracle has a cloud, right? Oracle, like if you've got Oracle support for WebLogic, yeah, it makes sense. You might want to run it in Oracle's cloud, especially if you've got other Oracle things in the building already. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to help some of these customers. The other option, hello, I'm Deshaun, I'm a Spring developer advocate. The other option is you take some of those JEE workloads that are running on old versions of Java, and maybe you migrate them to Spring Boot, make them a little bit simpler, a little bit more modern. There's trade-offs, of course, but these are just options. I'll let you decide. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just going to let you know that there's options. So we're doing this. We're going to go to Oracle Java 8, and we're just going to run the same thing again. It didn't work last time, so we're just going to check. Oh, I didn't run it the right way. sh build.sh. All right, it says fail to solve bin bash pipe fail set java sha taco extract java home did not complete successfully. What did not complete successfully? Here, error run set EUX java sha echo so the version that it was pulling down, it was saying, hey, I expect to have a SHA. Is that right? We have Oracle Linux 7 Slim. So we're saying pull this specific version. What is this SHA? Echo this pipe SHA. Echo this pipe. Oh, SHA-256 sum dash C, and then make dir dash P user Java JDK. So it could have been any one of these things. Okay, here, no such file. Temp jdk.tgz. So up here, when we did this, copy server JRE8, that's the problem. I'd rather shoot myself in the foot before touching Java EE again. I get it. I get it. Like, I think it's a valid, especially if you've been hurt. This is a safe place. Like, I'm not judging. But I know that there's other people that are in this world. They're dealing with Weblogic and they're dealing with JEE. And JEE is a good product. Like, is doing a lot of good things for a lot of good people. But I just want there to be options. Is it your SDK SHA or something else? So, well, the problem is it's trying to copy this server JRE Linux jar to temp, and I don't know that it got all that. So let's try this again. When we do this build.sh, docker build. So do I need to download that first? It's not doing the download for me. So I think that's what it was saying here. You must first download Oracle binary to the folder and build that image. Okay, so I got to download Oracle server JRE binary. Okay, here's the way I want to do it. I want to say SDK list Java, and there should be an Oracle in here. Oracle, but I can't do Java 8. That's awkward and unfortunate. Oracle. So, hey, okay, so I can't get Java 8 through SDK man. Let's see. It shouldn't be that hard, right? Oracle Java JRE 8. Download the latest Java LTS for free. Oh, look at this. Can I not download Java? I mean, Java 8's been gone for a long time. And maybe I can't download it anymore. This would be, this would make sense. Like if you're like me, trying to run WebLogic, and you can't find the things to run WebLogic, you might have concerns about staying on WebLogic, right? Oh, here we go. Java version 8. Here we go. Not for Mac. I want it for Intel. Wait, no, not that one. Here we go. I want Linux bin, Linux x86. What's the difference between these two? What's the difference between these two? Let's copy that link. Let's just download it and see. There you go. The Linux tar GZ. And what is this one? .586? I don't know which one of those I should be using. Yeah, JRE, not the JDK, right? This would be the JRE, right? There should be mirrors, I guess. The first may be 32-bit. Oh, yeah, maybe. So let's take a look. Let's see what we got. Let's I gotta get it from that other machine. So let's go into Docker images, and then I'm going into Oracle Java, and then I'm going into 8, and this is where I think I need to, nope, let's go into server JRE, and then we're going to copy it from the machine that I downloaded it to, SCP juice, downloads, what was it called? JEE. We'll get it. We'll figure it out. But I'm going to tell you this right now. I sure do appreciate having your second set of eyes, Argon. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you had a good weekend. And yeah, teamwork makes the dream work. So now I can remove this JEE releaser. That's something else. All right, so now I've got JRE something, and let's go look at our script and see if it's trying to do the right thing. It says it was trying to copy server JRE 8U star x86. Is that what we got? No. Server dash JRE star. So let's make this. Let's ln this Linux x to server dash JRE dash 8U 391. Is this the way I do it? x64.tar.uz. Yep. So let's try this. So all I did was say, hey, I'm gonna rename this file. I'm gonna give it a link to this file, and I did it this way so I can know that this is what I actually downloaded. I'm gonna remove the other one because I don't think I need it. Okay, and let's try this sh build.sh. Let's try this again. We'll see. There seems to be a special server JEE. It might just be a naming convention. Well, so we ran into a problem again. So same thing. Copy server JRE 8U, so that should match to temp JDK, and it says computed checksum did not match. Okay, so it was expecting some old version of it, so the checksum of the version that we downloaded is different from the one that expected. And again, this repository that we're looking at is oldish, right? It got updated 10 months ago. It said removed outdated WebLogic on Kubernetes samples. What? Why would you do that? Like everything else is outdated, and that's the thing you're going to pick on. But I'm not poking fun. So let's figure out what we can do here. It's trying to do this, and it's looking at this Docker file, and this Docker file says, hey, yeah, cool. We're going to do these things, and there's a checksum in here right here. So it's trying to validate against this checksum. So let's replace it with the new checksum. Let's do SHA-256 sum. This server. So let's grab that and let's see if that works. Right, that makes sense, right? Quote, the server JRE includes tools for JVM monitoring and tools commonly required for server applications, but does not include browser integration. The Java plugin. Okay, that's fine. There are special server JREs. Oh, okay. Let's go take a look. Thank you for that. I see what you're saying. Oh, so these are the. I get it. I'm looking at the desktop. Let's go back here to download. See all Java 8 downloads. The Oracle commercial license and support is available. So you know what? Here's the thing. I don't have all the answers. So now what I need to do is I need to phone a friend. I know people. I don't know all the people, but I know a couple of people. So I'm going to phone a friend. I'm going to ask my friend. And I'm going to say, Billy, a server, Jerry, can you help? See, I don't have all the answers, so I'm asking Billy, and I'm going to ask Shar. How do I get, again, I don't have all the answers. Argon, I don't, oh, did you find it already? Wait a minute. Look at this. So I think I'm gonna put this one up here and let's go. Like, I'm looking for the answers and you're finding them. Oracle, com, Java, tech, technologies, downloads. Nope. Java technologies, Java SE, Java SE 8U211-later, archive, downloads.html. Look at you. Look at you. Man, I am so lucky. I don't even have to phone a friend. I got friends. I got friends that show up. All right, so SE runtime, server JRE. Look at that, right here. So here, let's grab it. SE dev kit, SRE. Let's download it. I think we're gonna have to do the same thing, right? I reviewed. I think that we're gonna have to do the same thing, and the SHA's not gonna be the same, right? That this hasn't been updated in 10 months. The SHA had to have changed, right? But maybe not. Let's see. We're gonna grab it. We'll download it. We'll move it over. Now that you mentioned it, yeah, it's been a long time, right? There's been a lot of changes in the JRE. Oh, am I missing my meeting? I hope not. No, I got another hour. So remind me, I've got one more hour before I need to or jump. I got it at the top of the hour. So let's try this. This is maybe going. Make a drink. Argon. I hope my I do have Oracle. Look at this. I have an Oracle account. Look at that. It took a really long time for it to realize that I need to log in. There we go. Got it. Now, this is server JRE. Let's copy that. Thank you, Argon, for that tip. So we're here. We're going to remove this server JRE. We're going to remove this JRE. And we are going to SCP from my other box, juice, downloads the server -JRE star to here. So here, look, this is 831. This was 381. This was 391. SHA versions, but what one was it expecting in here? We don't know. It didn't tell us, right? It did not tell us what version it was expecting, but I think it's safe to say that the SHA is going to be different. So let's just do this. SHA 256 server. Whoops. What am I trying to do? SHA 256 Okay, so let's copy that value and let's put that value in here, and maybe it's the same. Maybe it's the same. We'll see. Boop. It's not the same. But let's see what we get if we do build.sh. What could possibly go wrong? Look at this. We're making it. See, like high five. Psh, psh. Good job. Thank you so much. I'm gonna do this. Thank you. We made it through. Now we've got a base image. We did it together. That's awesome. So now we've got a base image of Oracle Server JRE 8-OL7. Fantastic. So we've updated our documentation to like say, hey, here's where we should be and where we want to be. What we should do is we should take that link that you just gave me, that I was just at. We should take that link, this one. No, that's not what it was. It was, sorry, I'm gonna pull it back up. This is the link that you, so what you just totally like killed it. We're not going to, yeah, we're in technologies, Java, SE, that one, the later downloads. We should put this link back in the docs so that the next person that's coming behind us, that they'll find, and that next person might be us, right? So the project, it said where you should download. First, download to the folder, download. So let's just do that. Let's do it like this. Oop, oop, oop. Oracle Server JRE binary. Boop, boop, to the folder. So now we're saying, hey, this is where you go get it, because I didn't know. You thankfully pulled it up, but we're going to update these documents, even if it's just on my fork. We're going to create a PR for the next person, but I'm going to have a fork. If they don't accept the PR, I've still got a fork of the instructions that worked for us. So that's just the mode that we should be in, the mode that I would like to be in. I'd like for you to be in. I'd like for everybody to be in. It's just like, hey, I use open source stuff. And if I don't see it, if things aren't the way I expect it, like fix it. At least recommend it. Be like, hey, I saw something that was different than, what I expected. So here, this makes more sense to me. So now we've done this step. So let's keep on going. Thank you for your help. We are doing things. As a team, we're doing things. And I got really lucky because you joined the stream. So we're here. We did the build. Now we're going to build Weblogic Docker install images. I'm assuming there's another SHA that we're going to have to figure out. You must download Weblogic binary and put it in the correct location. See .download files inside Docker files. What? What? See, so we got to find the Weblogic binary. And it says see .download files inside Docker files version. Oh, here we go. Docker files. 12. Here we go. 12.2.1.4 I think is the latest. Oh wait, whoa. What is this? 14. Should we just jump to 14? We might as well, right? What could go wrong? 14.1.1.0. And it said there should be like a I don't see a .download files. Are you seeing it download files? Build Docker image. I've got to grab, maybe there's one here. No. Okay, Slim is supported for development and production. Developer is supported for development in Docker containers. In order to reduce image size, it contains a subset of binaries included in the. Should we just do generic? I don't want to miss anything, right? Remains managed with the Weblogic Kubernetes operator. That sounds interesting. When WLS console-based monitoring and possibly configuration is required. We definitely don't need that, but this is saying clients, blah, 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 JavaDB. Oh, Weblogic clients, Maven plugins, and Java. Let's stick with the generic. And if we need to like slim it down, we'll slim it down later. But let's get it to work, and then we'll make it right. So I still don't see the, here's where we were, what we expect. It said, download the Weblogic binary and put it in its correct location. It says c.download files inside Docker files version. So we're in Docker files. There is no dot download. Oh, here we go. This. So is that telling us like how to download it? So let's grab the latest because that's how I am. So here we go. They mean a file called, yep, boom. So maybe it's stripped. Here we go. So we're here, and it's these files. So we're going to WLS disk 1 of 1. What does that make you think of? Did you ever do? No, you were 8. You never did the like 15 disks install of Windows, did you? Did you? No judge. I'm just saying, when I see disk 1 of 1, disk 1 of 1, what? Then I think of, am I going to have to uninstall disks and install and then do the next step? You did it with Windows 3.1. There you go. So that's just what it made me think of. And again, I'm sorry, I might be coming off as judgy. It's just, I'm reminiscing. That's all. I'm just reminiscing. So here we go. We got to download this Weblogic binary, and we think that this is going to tell me how to do it. And quick, light. I'm confused. Quick and light. What happened to generic and slim? What? I guess we're just going to do WLS. This one. What does it say? Download server generic installer. I have a URL. So let's do this. Different. Did it? There's a different URL. Weblogic server download. Generic for Oracle Weblogic server and Oracle coherence. No. I mean, I like this. I want to do this, but let's just grab the generic installer. I reviewed and accepted. Download. No, why is it saying light? Why is it saying light? This is the light version, isn't it? What does this one do? Quick. With Jakarta package names. What? Both generic installer. Okay, I'm gonna not try to figure out all the naming conventions yet. Yes, older games. Yes, older games had that. Monkey Island was like 13. Oh yeah, I played Monkey Island, but I was a fan of like Sierra games. I played all of them, I think. So let's grab this. Let's do the agreement. Yes. So 14 WSL light. We're gonna grab that. We're gonna put it into our thing. So FMW. Where am I supposed to put it again? We're here, and it says, "Hey, download it and put it in its correct location inside of Docker files." Inside of Docker file, just put it in here. What do we get? We downloaded the zip. Okay, So let's do this. It's not into here. We want to put it into Oracle WebLogic. 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 Into Docker files. It says put it in its correct location. I think it just has right in here. Docker files into 14 SCP from Juice, the Juice box. Downloads slash, what was it called? F something? FMW. And let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Argon, can I do like an audio check? Can you hear everything okay? Is audio coming through? Can you hear the music at all? I can hear the music. I just want to make sure. I just want the music to be like low background, but I just want to make sure that you can hear it. That's all. If you could let me know, that'd be great. There's no music. Oh, that's... Oh, you know what? I know, and thank you. I know how to fix that. Thank you. I'm glad that I asked. If I go here, audio, and I switch to now, there should be music. Thank you so much for that feedback, because I watch these. I want less of my voice and my lip smacking and the fans in the background, and I want a little bit of music to cover it up. So I switched it. Hopefully now you can hear the music a little. Turn it halfway down. Turn the music halfway down. Okay. Music is louder. Oh, there we go. There we go. So let me put this. Boop, boop. There it is. I have the music way down. Hopefully that works. Yes. Look at this. Thank you. It was louder than me, and now it's better. Thanks. And if I can turn it down more, I can turn it down more. But I appreciate the feedback, right? This is me trying to stream more, trying to do more stuff, and we're working through this. So now we've got this FMW blah 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 1100. Do we have one of those? We have a 1100 light. So now the SHA, right? The SHA that's in this file should be the same. So because I downloaded it, now before you build, select the version and distribution for which you want to build an image, then download the required packages. Wait, are they telling me to do the same thing again? And place them in the folder of your distribution version of choice. Right, I'm in, yeah. I think this is a little bit confusing, like where it's like repeated. Place them in the distribution version of choice. Then from Docker Files folder, let's go back to where we are. Then from Docker Files folder, run build Docker image script as root. As root. So sh build Docker image, and choose one of -d creates an image based on developer. -g says generic. I is if. Well, what? So I need to go back here. sh build Docker image -h. Okay, so at least it says, hey, cool, cool, cool. It says I can do one of these. -d says developer distribution. -g generic distribution. Let's do -g. So let's do build Docker image -d 14110. Then -g. Or should I do -m? We'll do -g. And then -j says choose 8 to create image with JDK 8 or 11 to create a, but see here I didn't download JDK 11 because it didn't tell me to download JDK 11. It said to build 8, so I'll bet you will run into a problem. I would rather be on 11 than 8. We'll do it with 8 since we have 8, and we'll just see where we go. Creates image based on Slim. Enable Docker image layer cache during, I don't care about that. Skips MD5 check. Let's just see what we do. So sh build Docker image -v 14.1.1.0 -g. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. We are about 45 minutes into just trying to get a Weblogic Docker file.generic, no such file or directory. There, Docker file.generic. So -8 maybe if I do this and then I say -j -j8. That's unfortunate. Let's take a look, see what we got. We're here. Let's try it with 11. Let's see what that does. Still trying to use Docker file.generic. Well, let's see. I'm not digging in. What I'm doing is I'm just hitting buttons to see if I can get something to work. Okay, so G is the right thing, where it's getting the right images, right? We're here, but now it's trying to use dockerfile.generic and failed to solve, failed to read Dockerfile. This dockerfile.generic. So let's just cheat and let's just see if we can. Let's see if we can make this work. So just like we did before, instead of like replacing, I'm going to go in here to 14. I'm going to ln this dockerfile.generic-8 to dockerfile.generic. And let's try that. Here, is that what it was? Let's try that. Nope. All right. So it says, did you do this? Important. The resulting images will not have a domain pre-configured. You must extend the image with your own Docker file and create your domain using WLST. You might want to take a look at the use case sample. I did not do that. You must extend it. Oh boy, this is going to be fun. Hey, Leander, I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you saw the topic. We're trying to get a Weblogic Docker image that we can use for development. I was really hoping it'd be a little bit easier, but I get it, right? I am not, clearly I'm not alone, and clearly there's somebody out there that knows how to do this, just like that. It's just not me. It's just not me. So let's just keep on going. We're gonna get to a solution. And like I said, I've got Argon here helping me out, and you're here now. So thank you for joining. And yeah, and if I need more help, I'll call in the big guns. I'll try it myself first, but if I need more help, I will reach out and I'll get more help, because I don't have all the answers, but I got Slack. So we are trying this, and I see we're gonna not forget about this. We're gonna have to extend. So we're gonna build an image, then we gotta extend it to create our own domain, but we'll get to that. First, we've got to build this image. Right now it says Oracle Server JRE 8 poll access denied. When we made our image, Docker images, can we just make an Oracle 8-OL7. So what we failed on was it asking for 8, and we've got an 8-OL7. Okay, that's fine, right? We can fix that. So in this Docker file generic, it's this one, in this file, and where it says from, we're just going to change server JRE from 8 to 8 dash Oracle Linux 7. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Yeah, so it was trying to do that, but remember, our build wasn't the same. We were grabbing different versions. We changed SHA, so we're dealing with outdated docs, and we're trying to just use them to bring up the latest and greatest. So does my change here make sense? This is the error right here where it says, hey, I can't find Oracle Server JRE. There's no such thing published. Remember, we had to build our own, but what we built was this. So I'm just changing from 8 to 8-OL7. Does that sound like a valid attempt? It seems to make sense to me. I can only guess, right? But that's part of having the experience, is you just try to understand what people have done before you, right? We want. Oh wait, you know what? Why did I say 11? I think I can just do this. So it still says Oracle Server JRE 8 poll access denied, insufficient scope. What? I just changed it. From Oracle JRE 8 Docker file, there's generic line 69. Here. 8-OL7. Hopefully this works. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Okay, yep, we're on Docker file. All right, so now we're getting there. We'll see. We'll see. It looks like it's going. At least it's further along. So let's see. It's doing all the things. So like, I haven't touched Weblogic in, it literally might be 20 years. It might be more than 20 years. Yeah. I haven't touched it in a long time. And to honestly, to go from having not touched it in a long time, it looks like we have an Oracle Weblogic image. I haven't touched it in that long, and the docs are a little bit outdated, but we're gonna fix that for the next person that comes along. And 54 minutes in with your help, I think that's not bad to like go from a technology that you haven't used effectively, decades, and to hopefully be making this much progress. I think it could be worse. It could definitely be worse. And you know why I say that? Because cloud native COBOL. because I spent time in the COBOL ecosystem where I made this build pack. This was a while ago, but I spent time here, and the documentation was not this friendly. It took me much longer to figure out how to get a hello world running over here than this is right now. Like, I'm not crying. Hopefully you're not crying. Nobody's died, right? And this is true. Not all of them. There are some COBOL developers that are getting the $250, $400 an hour because they know COBOL. They're definitely out there, and I met them. So, yes, yeah, demand, supply, demand. Let's go. I can talk a little bit about it, but I don't want to. I want to get this stuff done. So let's keep on going. So we're here. We built this. We did this. We're running. I didn't run it as root. I think we'll be okay. The resulting images will not have a domain pre-configured. You must extend the image with your own Docker file and create your domain using WLST. You might want to look at the use case samples below. So we can't just use this image. We've got to create a domain. Samples for Weblogic domain creation to give users an idea of how to create a domain from a custom Docker file that extends the Weblogic. We provide a few samples for the 12c versions of the developer distribution. There are two types of domain samples. Where the domain home is built inside a Docker image, for an example, use the sample inside here, where the domain home is mapped into a host volume. See this one. Okay, I think let's map it to a host volume. Yes, this was the argument that people don't know it, but there's still some. It's not that hard. I started talking about COBOL, and my watch said, "Hey, like, you're starting to stress out, man. So relax." That's what my watch is saying. Say relax, like, you don't have to do COBOL. Oh, now my camera's. I have a new camera coming. Like, this camera just like has a mind of its own sometimes. All right. Yes, it is funny. My watch has jokes. So I think we want to do this one where I'm just gonna like map it to a host volume. I think that'll be easier because then I can like edit and do stuff. So let's take a look at this. Samples. Oracle Weblogic domain in volume on Docker. This project creates a Docker image which contains an Oracle Weblogic domain image. The image extends the Weblogic install image and builds a Weblogic domain persistent to a host volume. How to build and run. This project offers sample Docker file. Okay, building the install image. So here, Docker file, blah, blah, blah. See the README file. If you are building the Oracle Weblogic image, you must first download. We did that. We did that. We did all this. We did these steps. Providing the admin server username and password and database username and password. Okay, I believe I've seen this in this other repository. I'll show you where I'm at. If I go to github.com, pivotal Spring Boot Migrator JEE projects. So I believe, right, I saw all of this already. Right? So there are scripts to do this stuff. But I'm going from the docs. Like this is also fairly old. Right. So I'm gonna try to meet in the middle. I want to understand it a little bit, so we'll just keep on going. We are building WebLogic. We're here, and let's build a WebLogic domain. It says Docker build file, Docker file -t. This thing, WebLogic domain in volume. Oh, I know exactly what that is. To build this domain image, run this. Okay. First, domain security properties. We're in here. There should be properties, domain properties. my Weblogic user, password welcome in. I'm going to just go ahead and leave it with that. Create WLS domain.py. So in this Docker file, wait a minute. We're cool here. The file should be located in a host directory that you will map at Docker runtime with -v. Properties file enables the scripts to configure the correct authentication. Oracle recommends that the domain security properties file be deleted or secured after the container and the web server are started so that the username and password are not inadvertently exposed. Here's the thing. To build this, I say run a Docker file for 12.2.1.3, but does it have a regular Docker? It doesn't have a regular Docker file. What? So I just have to like figure out what that looks like. Like I know how to make Docker files. Oh, let's try here. Here we go. And these samples. I'll bet you there is a Docker file. Here it is. There's the properties. All right. So here's the properties, my domain. There's all the default stuff, and then here's the security stuff. Cool. So in here, this Docker file says from Oracle, but not this one, right? That's not the one I made. What I made was this one. So let's help each other out. Let's make a sample. Let's copy this one. Refactor. Copy to 14.1.1. Oh, there's the rate. That makes sense, right? If I'm going to follow the convention of what's happening here, right? Except I don't want to do it. So I'm just saying, hey, copy all this stuff. So now I've got this 14.1.0 domain. And I'm saying, yeah, let's do the same thing. Are there any properties? I need to, this all looks pretty straightforward. We're gonna assume that it's gonna work. The container scripts are gonna work. And then the properties, sure. Users, host, temp. We'll be fine with that, right? Domain security properties will stay there. Build the same. So we're gonna call it 1.1.1. Oh, Weblogic domain body. The Docker file is going to pull from Oracle Weblogic 14.1.1.generic provider Monica 50 for service Oracle user projects. That's on the image. Everything else, I'm feeling pretty good here. But we're just eyeballing. We're just following. We're following what the conventions were before, and we're just trying to like follow those conventions and see if it works going forward. Like that's a trick. Like how many times have you like set up conventions as like a as a convention that's something that could go forward, and then everything else changes after the convention has been set. The next version, the next release, all the conventions are broken. I mean, I've never done that. You maybe. I've never done that. So let's just do this. This project offers blah, blah, blah. Let's search and replace. With 14.1.1. Oh. Oracle Weblogic Docker. So what could possibly go wrong? I mean, I'm gonna leave it in a better spot than what I found it. That's all I'm gonna say. That means I got a meeting here in a few minutes. And let's just keep on scrolling and make sure. Oh, I got lots of stuff happening. Security properties, like, yeah, let's just go. Build, no, 14110. And hey, like what could possibly go wrong? This has got to work, right? So let's go back to our readme. I'm gonna go back over here, easier to read. So what I expect is I can just do this Docker build. Inside of this folder, I can do this, and I'll get what I want. So let's try that. Let's try Docker build -f Docker file. Oh wait, I'm in the wrong. Where I want to be is Weblogic samples. I want to be in the 14110 domain. This is the folder I just created. That's what I thought. How come this Docker file is acting like it's already been there? Git status. Okay, cool. All right, yeah, they're all good. Sorry, that was just me double checking my stats, and I should be able to from here. Docker build -f Docker file -t 14110 Weblogic domain -in volume dot. Right, that's what it's telling me to do. Let's give it a shot. What could possibly go wrong? That went pretty fast, and that makes me a little concerned. Like, I expected to have some kind of problem, but let's see. Docker images type grep. Oh, there it is. It's there. It's huge. it's huge, but that's okay. Like, that doesn't bother me, right? Some containers are big. Start the container. Start a container from the image created in step 1. You can override the default values of the following parameters during runtime in the properties data, and the script container script set env sets the environment variables to configure the domain. The properties set as environment variables are. Okay. When you set the domain name, blah, 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 important. The domain directory needs to be externalized by using data volumes. The admin server as well as the managed servers need to read-write the same domain home. We are supplying scripts run admin server and run managed server to facilitate setting the environment variables defined in property values and running the admin server and managed server containers. Start a container to launch the admin and managed servers from the image created. To run an admin server container, call it this. Okay, admin server. Let's check out our run admin server, because it's going to be looking for the wrong image name, right? Right. Let's move this over. Docker run admin port name, host name, scripter. Hello. But that. Right. This is 14410. 14410. Oh. Oop. Oh. So Docker. Oh, it's telling us what we're going to run, and then it runs it. Okay. Let's do that. Same thing. Let's go peek. Remember, we were copying from 12213. So let's do this. Finding path 12213. And yeah, let's look at those things and fix. Did I not do it in the right? Finding files 12213. I really want to. Yeah, there's a lot of references here. I thought I fixed all this. Oh, I didn't fix the docs. But wait. Samples. Why is it looking in this directory? 12213 patch. I don't want it in there. I just want it in here. Nope. I'm in the wrong. Docker images. Oracle Weblogic. Samples. I just want in here. Finding files. No, I can't do this. There we go. That's just the doc. Right. Let's do this. Let's do this replace 14410. 14.1.1.1. 1.4.1.1. Let's do it again. Finding files. We're just trying to clean up. Change our scope a little bit. And here we are in one managed server. Well, this is the other script. 14110. 14110. Files. We're trying to do the steps that right. It might be us that has to come back to do this, right? So let's help ourselves out. 1.4. No. 1.4.1.1. All right. So now, I think that we have it all cleaned up. Let's do it one more time. Finding files. Working for the 12.113. Blah blah blah. Let's do this. 12.2. Still says this here. This is the Docker file for Oracle Weblogic. No, it's not. 1.1.1.0. There we go. I'm just trying to do some cleanup, finding files. In just this directory. Okay. 14.1.1. Fantastic. So now we're back to our docs where it says, hey, let's run the admin server. Let's give it a shot. So we're running this on a Intel box. So we're just gonna do it like this. sh run admin server. Context for Docker build is a properties file with the variable definitions should be supplied. Wait, what? Context for this says here, a properties file with variable definitions should be supplied. You can override the default values of the following parameters during runtime. In properties, domain properties file, the script set-env sets the environment variables. All right, so I think I just need to run that. Ooh, oops. Paste it in the wrong spot. Container script set-env. Does that make sense? Pass it in the properties. Yep, same place. So I think that's what I read. A properties file with a variable definition should be supplied. But isn't that in here? Isn't that it? Let's read that again. Start a container from the image. You can override. The script sets the environment variables to configure the domain. Properties, domain properties. I have property. Do I? Yeah, I have properties, domain properties. These are all set. So when I do container scripts, set env, a properties file with variable definitions should be supplied. What do you mean? Oh, I gotta pass in the, okay. So if I do it this way with /properties, domain properties, there we go. Environment variables from here. Cool. Does that look like what we should be doing? Per the docs. I'm just trying to follow along. So now we've set our environment variables, and now we should be able to run our admin server. Oh, a properties file with variable def. Oh, I just need to do this. Properties, right? Host volume users host temp is an invalid directory. Set domain host volume. Why? Why is that? Okay, let's just do the same thing like we're always going to do. Let's ln-s. Home Sean. Where should we put this? In the fun pivotal spring boot miner? That's gonna be our let's make it temp slash users slash host slash temp, so that I don't have to change it. Yep. So I'm just gonna say, hey, I'm not gonna change the properties. I'm gonna leave the properties as they are, but I'm gonna make a link from that users host temp. It's gonna put it to where I want it to be with the next thing that I'm gonna do. So no such file. Okay, sudo make dir slash home slash Sean fun. Let's do it this way. Yeah, no, that'll work. Control E. Pivotal spring boot migrator projects temp. Then sudo make dir -p slash user host. Then permission denied. Failed to create symbolic link. Sudo Sean slash users -r. How about now? Boom. All right, so now if I do ls users host temp, it's pointing to the temp directory and that other thing, and that's where we'll put it. Yep, awesome. See, we're on the same page. and I appreciate you. Still, let's keep on going. I haven't really been keeping an eye on all the chat. Argon, you've been helping me out so much, and I appreciate you. The extra set of eyes really does help. So now I should be able to run the admin server. The domain configuration will get persisted in the host volume here. Docker run says no port specified, 9002 empty. What? So let's look what happened. Run admin server. Administration port. Wait, what's the difference between admin port and administration port? Administration port, admin listen port. So the admin listen port was 7001. The administration port is 9002. So let's just change this little. How did it get admin port? How did I get admin listen port in here? Oops, here. How did it get admin port? Oh, that's why admin listen port. Administration port equals administration port. Isn't that what we just saw? Administration port is 9002. Are you seeing what I'm seeing here? Run. Which one were we doing? Run admin server. In run admin server. The administration. Oh, administration underscore port. Wait, but it's saying admin port. Admin port. Administration port. Should get administration port. Administration port. So why is it acting like I don't have an administration port? Because I do. Administration port. Let's copy that to this admin server administration port. That looks the same. Administration port. So why is that not picking up? Because the admin port did, right? We see the admin port here. But the administration port did not. Did it run? How come admin host runs, admin listen port runs, administration port? Why is it a different color? Something funny? But I'm not sure. Yeah, double quote to prevent lobbing. Like, sure, like just do that, right? Like this is just like the safe. Like this is what we're supposed to be doing. And I'm gonna let my IDE do it. Music stopped. Oh, and meeting. Oh man, thank you so much. All right, I gotta go. Argon, thank you. Leander, Thank you. I gotta go. I will see everybody soon. I appreciate your Argon again. Thanks a bunch. See ya.